For most of us, a car just feels like a money pit, right? There's fuel, insurance, maintenance. It's just this constant drain on your wallet. But what if you could completely flip that around? What if that car sitting in your driveway could actually start making you money? Well, today we're going to break down exactly how you can do that right here in South Africa. Okay, does this picture look a little too familiar? You fill up the tank, you pay the insurance, you fix yet another weird noise, and it really does feel like cash is just flying right out the exhaust. It's a huge pain point for so many car owners, but I promise you, it doesn't have to be the whole story. Because we're here to flip that script, like completely. It's time to stop thinking of your car as just a liability and start seeing it for what it can be, an asset. A tool that can actively put cash back where it belongs, in your pocket. So here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off with the gig economy. Then we'll get into some really clever, low-effort, and passive income ideas. After that, we'll explore what it takes to launch your own unique business, and we'll wrap it all up with a super important entrepreneur's checklist to make sure you get started the right way. All right, let's dive into part one. This is probably the most accessible route for a lot of people, joining the gig economy. The rise of all these apps has totally changed the game, pretty much turning your car into a mobile office that you can switch on and off whenever you feel like it. I mean, you know these names, right? You've got the big players like Uber and Bolt for giving people lifts. You've got Uber Eats and Mr. D Foods for when people get the munchies. And you've even got parcel delivery with services from Takealot and Uber. The real beauty of all this is the flexibility. You work when it suits you. So how do you actually succeed at this? Well, it really just comes down to a few key things. First up, do a little homework and pick the app that gives you the best rates in your city. Next, be smart about when you drive. Think rush hour, Friday nights. That's when the money's best. And finally, and this is a big one, a clean car and a smooth, friendly ride gets you those 5-star ratings that keep the work flowing in. Okay, but what if you're thinking, I just don't have the time for all that active driving? Well, that's where this next part comes in. We're about to get into making money with way less effort. Sometimes you can even make money while your car is just sitting there, parked. So this really breaks down into two totally different approaches. On one hand, you've got car advertising. This is where you basically turn your car into a moving billboard. A company pays to wrap your car in their ads, and you just drive around like you normally would. On the other hand, you can actually rent your car out to other people when you're not using it. Talk about turning downtime into profit. Now, if renting out your car sounds interesting, platforms like Turo and Rent2For are a great place to start. A good tip is to just have a look at what similar cars are going for in your area so you can price yours competitively. But here's the most important tip, and please don't skip this. Check your insurance. You absolutely have to make sure you're covered for commercial rentals before you even think about handing over those keys. Okay, for all you true entrepreneurs out there, let's think bigger than just the apps for a minute. This is where you can really get creative and build a whole unique business from scratch with your car as a centerpiece. So, do you absolutely love your city? Do you know all the cool spots, the hidden gems, the best places to grab a bite? Then becoming a local tour guide could be an amazing fit. This isn't just about driving people around. It's about sharing stories and creating an experience. Here, your personality is actually your biggest asset. Man, talk about solving a huge problem for busy parents. A school transport service can be an incredible source of consistent, reliable income. But look, this one is all about trust. Being on time every time and making safety your number one priority, well, those are completely non-negotiable. All right, let's get a little fancy. If you've got a really nice ride, something stylish, clean, and comfortable, you can get into high-end event transportation. We're talking weddings, corporate functions, maybe even matric dances. For this hustle, presentation is everything, both for your car and for you. And hey, the ideas don't stop there. You could think about super specific services like pet transport for vet appointments or dedicated airport runs so people don't have to worry about parking. You could even offer non-emergency medical transport, or if you're good with cars, basic roadside assistance. Every single one of these solves a very specific problem for someone. Phew. Okay, that's a lot of options, right? So how in the world do you choose which one is for you? Let's lay it all out, the good and the bad, to help you find the path that really fits your car, your schedule, and your personality. Okay, let's look at the real trade-offs here. Ride sharing, the flexibility is amazing, but yeah, it's gonna put a lot of mileage and wear on your car. Car advertising, it's the easiest money you'll ever make, but you don't get a say in the ad on your car. Being a tour guide is creative and fun, but it can be seasonal. And renting your car out is great passive income, but you have to be ready for the possibility of insurance claims. See? It's all about finding that balance that works for you. Okay, you've got an idea. You're feeling pumped. That's awesome. But hang on, before you even turn the key and start your first trip, we need to go through a super important checklist. Think of this as your pre-flight check for success. Listen, your success here is about way more than just driving. First, your car's condition has to be top-notch. It needs to be clean, serviced, and roadworthy, period. Next, and this is a deal breaker, you have to talk to your insurance company and confirm you're covered for business use. Then, you need to track every single cent you spend on fuel and maintenance, so you know you're actually making a profit. And above all, safety first, always. I just love this final thought. The streets of South Africa are brimming with potential. Unlock it one drive at a time. It just captures the whole spirit of what we're talking about, doesn't it? The opportunity is literally right outside your door, just waiting for you to turn the key. So that really just leaves one question for you. Whether it's dropping off a pizza, chauffeuring a wedding party, or showing a tourist your favorite spot in town, what will your first money-making drive be? The road is open.